Hi everyone, just letting you know that I am here. Just starting a bit of a live demo on this, just reiterating what we did yesterday. So when you're on, let me know. I'm just getting my computer up and going at the same time. You can always watch this later, of course. Okay, so what we started off with was the 8.5 inch square, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 single squares. Hi Christine. Then we've got 2 half square triangles in between. Okay, and they are the white, which is your background color, with your chosen fabric. Hi Christine. Hi Cody, how you going? Now the next run, which is what we did yesterday, is creating this next part. So I've just got that started. Mine's not quite straight, but it's as good as it's going to get for me. I'm happy with that. I don't really do points very well, so this is okay. Pass with a push. Don't worry about this at the moment. That'll just go into the seam. We can always trim that off later. And then I've joined on the bottom one as well. There it is there. Okay, so you can see it's sitting here. The points are going inwards. Okay, see how that point is going? The arrow is going inwards. So to get these ones here, this part here, you are going to need the following. Let me just get that out. You're going to need that one there, there we go. All right, so you're going to need 2 half squares, white background and color, and you're going to need a color one. Where is it? There it is. No, that's not it. That one will do for now, like that. Okay, and I'll just move that up so you can see it all. There you go. Okay, so that gets you that there. Then you're going to need 1 plain white square there. Okay, I haven't obviously pressed a hi Debbie. Hi Julianne, how are you, love? So I couldn't answer your call just before. And then you're going to have the same in reverse. So you're going to have your one solid and white, solid and colour. Oops, a days. And then that one there, like that. So coming across your 1 plain square. And you're going to need your tonal one, the one with the 2 fabrics. Happy Monday. Yes, Queen's birthday today, apparently, somewhere, sometime, somewhere in the world. So that gives you that square. That's how we've created that. Now, to do that, obviously you're going to need to square these up, and then you're going to sew that to that. Hi Yvonne. That to that. That to that. And that to that along these lines. Okay, then once you've got them joined together, you will then join this to that. It'll be all one piece, and that'll create that square. It'll be like a 4 patch. Okay, and the same with this one. You're going to do that 4 times, so that'll get you top, bottom and the 2 sides, but you're going to notice you're going to have a gap. Hi Chris. So just put these away. So that'll create this. Okay, then what you're going to need is your 8.5 squares on it. Love my iron, little ripper. Hi Linda. Oh good, yes they are good, aren't they? On either side you're going to need a plain white 8.5 inch square. Another side. that must have not cut that right, so I've got to cut that yet. So 8.5 inch square will go along there, and then on the other side. Okay, so you'll have 2 with this, like that, and 2 just like that. Okay, so I'm up to the point where I need to have these white squares added on. I need to cut that back to 8.5 square because it's not the right size. So I'm going to do that right now. So I'll get all 4 of mine together. Lay them up. I've got 8.5 one way, but I've got 9 the other, so I need to take off 1/2 inch. Just make sure if you're going to line them up like you've got them laid up, you've got them together. So I need to take a 1/2 inch off that side, because measuring this way, it's 1/2 inch too much that side. So I'm just going to pop that there, turn it this way, get my ruler, and take a 1/2 inch off. That there is my 6 inch mark, and make sure you're keeping it lined up with the fabric as well, not just the mat. Okay, so there's my 6 inch mark. It's going to take off 1/2 inch straight through. There we go, that looks better, looks more like a square. Alright, so I'm going to sew on the end of these, one on either side. So you get your clip. Beauty of this, there's no seams to match. Okay. So just pop your little clip there. And that one on that side. Okay, so I'm going to put that at the machine, get my next one, same thing. One on one side. If it doesn't quite fit, we're going to tweak. There will be tweaking. You got anything that's on a bias, like triangles, you will find there will be tweaking. It's just what happens. Unfortunately, no matter how good you are, you will have to tweak at some point. Not twerk, tweak. We don't twerk. Okay. Hi, Kathy. And then I'm going to take this to the machine. So just let me move some stuff out of the way. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. And just pop that over here. Come on, move over. There we go. Okay. So I have that there. I'm going to grab one. Yeah. What you do want to make sure you catch, and you probably can't see it from this side, is that little there, right there, is where my point is. So when I take the machine up, make sure that needle goes in that point. You can also, just turn it over, you can also, you see a little point there. What was I going to say, you can also, this one here has one as well. You can do that hang pin thing that I did the other day. Come on. Chain piece is what I was going to say. You can chain piece as well. So, grab it there. We're all well. Don't know about warm. That one might have been a little bit shy on the 1/4 inch on that end. Same with that. So I'm just going to come in and just a little bit tight. So just come up and add a little bit to that, just so it's not so wonky at the start. There we go. And I think I did it with this one as well. Yes, I did. It's only a little bit, but it'll probably make a difference in the scheme of things. I'm busy pressing my triangles from part 1. How many blocks do we make, or is it just the 1 block? 1 block, darling, 1 block. We're adding to it as we go. So that lifting up that white there, so I can see my point, which is right there. Make sure that pin's on it so I can see. Come on, out you come. There we go. Okay, and then the next one. No worries, Julie. I don't think it got over 12. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I could not sleep for the life of me last night. Do you think I could sleep? 3:30 in the morning, I'm still sitting there wide awake. I'm thinking, for God's sake, Michelle, wind down. That one there. I can feel where my pin's sitting. Pop that there. Just so I know where it is. Because this, I don't have a 1/4 inch foot on this, so that just makes it a little bit harder for me personally with what I'm doing. You might take a little bit off that, but anyway. I'm late to the party. Hi, Sandy. All good. Okay. So what I'll do now is press them open. I'll move the camera around to the mat. There we go. So turn it over. Open sesame. Just finger press and then get the iron. Anyone who doesn't have one of these little irons just don't know what you're missing out on. The best thing since sliced bread. Turn that over. Yeah. Turn around the other way. Do the same. These look pretty amazing too when you're using a black background with really bright colours. Not sure if it's my phone, but at times I find it hard to hear me. Oh, could be because I move away from it and I haven't got my Mad mic on. That's probably why. Sorry. I'll try not to do that. So, again, you just do your pressing thing. Yeah, I did take a little bit off that nose, but who cares? And then do your next one. Oh, you got a cordless. Wow, it's a bit flush. Is it a mini one though? Is it a little one? I like the fact this is little because I sort of have it on the side of the bench with everything. And you're okay with the volume? Okay, Chris. Okay. I was going to say it could be me. Highly likely. So then just turn it over. Give it a bit of a once over. And then turn it the other side. This would be have to be the most amount of ironing I do on a quilt ever. during the quilting, like during the piecing stage. I very rarely press, unless I absolutely have to. Now, normal size, daughter bought for, oh, fabulous. I do love the mini one though. I like it because I take it away and have it right next to me. It retreats, a bit of a wonky seam, but that's pretty much because I came in and did that second run. So I'll let that slide. All good your side, Debbie? Yep. So then you've got that. Okay, so you can see it's like that. Yep. Okay, so let me just bring this up a fraction more, if I can, if it'll let me. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, there we go. There we go. You get a little bit more of an bird's eye view. Okay, so then you'll have your side of your big piece that you've got the top and bottom joined to, and you're going to now put the sides on. Okay, so you'll grab one side, turn it over, and again do all those pins and everything else that I showed you the other day. Tweak where necessary, join up those points and join up those seams. And I'm just going to clip it there for the time being. Oops, days, drop one. Just so I know that I'm sewing on that side. Not that I'd do the wrong side this time, but you know, you never know. Down here. Then you would turn it around. And you get your other piece. And make sure that's pointing inwards. And flip. And then you would pin this, and you're going to stitch along there and along there, and basically then you're going to have your piece ready for the next stage. So let me turn this camera around so you can see what I'm doing, hopefully. I'll take that one off for now, and I'll do this. Set that there. Okay, glasses would be great. So I lost a whole hour of my day today, I have to tell you. I wasted so much time. What I did was, the other day when I was doing my bobbin on this machine, which is all good and well, I didn't check, and the thread went underneath a little winder. Hi, Debbie. And of course then I had like a huge amount of thread underneath the little winder doodah, because you know that's what you really want. Not said no one ever. So I had all this thread, black thread under there, and it took me, I had to pull it apart, do all this stuff to it to try and pull it apart. So that seams cut. I mustn't have gone down far enough. And there's my join right there. So I'm just looking at that. I'm wondering whether I should, I think I will, just quickly run that over just before. So if you have a seam that seems to want to be open at the end, it hasn't like stitched properly or whatever, just give it a quick once over. Otherwise it'll come undone when once you put pressure on it underneath the quilting machine or whatever. Oh, I unfolded it, did I? That was clever of me. What time are you on tonight? 7 o'clock tonight. I was going to do 7:30, but I decided 7. And got some more of those threads. Still got to take out the ones that are sold before the night's through. It's never just an easy project, is it? Alright, let's try and thread this again like I did the other day. There we go, first time. Nice. Now don't chew my finger. There we go. So, there we go. Just, I'm going to do a bit of a lock off there, forward and back, and that's it. Just stop it. I'll see you guys around then. Go sort out dinner. Yep, no dramas. All right, so then I'll bring it back here. Just finger press that open. Get my pin. Come on, darling. And I can see the point is about there. That one's there. Make sure they're sitting nicely. That there. I might put that pin on that side. Alright. This one is going to need a little fudging, I can see straight away. That's alright. So through that little point there. Put in. And there, that seam. So it's like that. Because there's no point on the other side, I can just pin like this one. That's got some points that need joining. And there's a bit of a gap there, so a bit of fudging going on. So pin through this one, pin at the top of that one. Let it drop a bit. Like that. I'm holding it quite tight between my fingers to stop it from moving. And I'm going to put a pin on that side as well. Take that out. So this one here, it's got that bit of a hike up there for some reason. Must have been in me cutting. Okay. So I want to join those two seams. And you can see when they're open seams like that, you can see above that they're going to work or they're not. I can see that they will. Again here I can see where that point is. I'm just coming down about a 1/4 inch, a bit of an eyeball about there. Get the top of that so I can see it. Right there. Okay. Alrighty. So we've got them all pinned up and clipped at the same time. I've probably put more than I needed to in, but that's okay. So I've got pins everywhere, so I'm just putting them away. Okay, so your 1/4 inch seam, and lift a bit, there we go. And just make sure when you get up to those pins where that like that point is, you make sure that needle goes right in that point. So when I come up to these ones where I've got the clip, I've really put my finger down on those and press them down. You might not be able to see on the camera, but that's exactly what I'm doing. And then as soon as I get my needle right where that point joins, that I then take the clip or pin away as best as I can. Now, this one I can really see, so that's good. Probably going to lose the tip of that one, I reckon, just a little bit. And next one. Make sure those seams stay together. And this has got a point on it, this one, so I'm just straightening as I go. lift up that end bit, line it up, and off you go. Okay, so fingers crossed everything worked well. If not, I'll have to unpick and stuff, but I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I did lose a little bit of a point there, but nothing major, and everything else is looking good. How's that? Yeah, that's that point I lost there before. So other than that, I'm really happy with that. That's really, really good. So you're going to have that one on that side, and then we're going to turn it, and we're going to do the exact same thing. So you want to make sure when you lay it out that you've got the arrow pointing into the arrow, okay? And then flip. And like I say, I tend to put those clips or a pin there so that I know this is the side I'm going to do, bang. And then if you're going to take it straight up to your machine and you want to line them up, you can do it at the machine, but I'd suggest not. If you lose the tip, does it then become pointless quilt? Yes. Well, we had that discussion the other day. I'm told yes. So I did have someone get all funny with me at a retreat many years ago. Like we're talking 15 years ago. She probably doesn't even. She was a fairly older lady, but yeah, she told me that my quilt was pointless because I had no points in it, which I thought was rather rude. But anyway, each their own. So I'm lining up those two. You can see underneath they're going to sit nicely snug together. Hi Michelle. Hi Irene. Can you send details of my account so I can pay? Can't remember. Yeah, no worries, Irene. Yep. What size are the big squares and how many? Julie Shepherd, 8.5 inch square, and I'm using 4 at this point. So you put that pin in that point. Come on. There we go. And then line it up with that next point on the opposite side. I got told it was a design choice. That's right. It was a design choice. Yeah, they did get a bit funny because I was doing a lot of talking. How can you possibly, you know, da 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 when you're talking so much? And obviously they didn't know me very well because I talk all the time. But yeah, they got really cranky with me. And I finished it well before anyone else because I didn't worry about points or anything. As you do. All right, so that one in there, where those two bits meet, come down about 1/4 inch, and they're in. And there's my little triangle bit. Oops, come on out. Yeah. So I found that point, and then I'm going to find that point there. And you want to be got my lovely parcel today. Oh, nice. Be like little Christmas. Christmas in June. Not quite July. That one there. Bloody cat last night. Rod keeps letting her out. I don't mind if she kills rats and mice, but she's not very particular at what she kills. And this morning we have a dead sugar glider. Bloody thing. So annoyed. I keep telling him to leave her in because she's, you know, she just kills anything. She didn't even eat it. Nothing. Just killed it. She's a prolific hunter, and I've told him over and over again. And it's mating season. So the poor little thing would have been out looking for a girlfriend if it was a boy, and looking for a boyfriend if it was a girl, and all that. And met its demise with my horrible bloody cat. So he got growled out this morning when I found it. So this here is going to be a small seam on one part of it, you can see that there's a bit of a difference between one bit and the other. Just got to get that in there in the right spot. So it's going to have a bit of an excess there and then a normal sort of smaller seam there. Because the kids said to me, oh, she's killed a possum. And I went out, I thought, Jesus, it's a bloody small possum. Went out and had a good look, and no, sugar glider. Okay, and I'll leave the last bit. All right, so let's do this. So lining it up again with that pin and those little points and that we put in there. Because we opened our seams, we've got those little points at the joins where those triangles meet, and that has given us the bonus of knowing exactly where our points start and stop. If you need to tweak, you do it now while you're sewing, and you can just sort of a little bit of pull as you go. And this one there. So if you notice, I very rarely take those pins out. If you can see, I don't know if you can see until I'm right on top of them, like literally on top of them. Like one full, the needle is right next to it. So I just take my time at that point, and then the rest of it I can like zoom through. Like that. All right, so then, oops, days. Then we're going to turn that over and hope for the best. We got some points. Yes, we do. How's that for some points? Nice. They're all looking good. Okay, so you now need to press this and just that seam that we did. So turn her over and open those out. You can see me still. Just press it with your finger or your little tools that you've got for pressing first, just to run your, don't push and stretch. You don't want to stretch anything. We're being very cautious about stretching. Yeah, so anyway, I spent a whole hour pulling, actually had to pull apart a part of my jack machine. And I've got the screwdriver around, I've got these tiny little screws, I've got the bigger screws, I've got all these things, and I'm like, holy crud, I hope I remember how to put this back together. Because I've sort of put them in little groups and making sure. So that one there I probably could have, I can see there's a tiny little gap there where a seam didn't quite meet. It's going to be fine because I'm going to quilt it to death, but in the whole scheme of things, that little gap there, that on a quilt being quilted could come undone. So just be warned. And that'll happen with chain piecing if you don't, and obviously I haven't at some point, given it enough length to have like a little bit of chain in between one join and the next, and that's why I've ended up with that. So when you're doing the chain piecing and you stitch, you're sort of, you know, feeding it in, and the other piece, you make sure that other piece is 3/4 the way out from the foot, and then feed the next one in, and it leaves like a little chain, like a little tail, and that helps to keep those pieces together. And what it also does is it saves thread, no wastage, because you're not cutting off and all that and restarting each and every go. Why are you opening the seams? Yes, so I'm opening the seams on this one, Chris, because we've got so many points coming into the corners. I wanted to reduce the bulk, and if you go back to video 1, you'll actually see that opening them up will help you find the points much easier. I'll just turn that over, and you'll see how it works then. So just a quick once over with the iron. Don't iron it, just press those seams that we've just done just to set them in place. Then turn it over. And we'll do the other side. And I'll see if I can get this camera thing to go up a little bit higher, which I reckon I will be able to, and you'll be able to see more of this, and you'll see it starting to come together. It's like a star on a star on a star. Yeah, this would have to be the neatest back on a quilt I've ever done. And it's, I mean, it's not perfectly neat, but it's nice and neat. Neat enough. That's a very small seam. Okay. And once I've done this, I'll see you next Sunday with this one to do the next step. Hi Karen, how you going? And I'll show you the next step next week, which I think if you, like me, you've probably guessed, but you know, if I tell you, I'd have to kill you. This is a free pattern, just so you know. At the end of this, I will give you links to it. I learnt a bit by that link. It was quite good. Hi Denise. It looks really good, doesn't it, Debbie? I'm just going to lift this up. Maybe not. Look, there we go. Can I get it up any higher? I don't know. Will it go up any higher? No. There we go. Sorry. It's about as high as I can get it to go. Sorry. Hot and bothered, says. All right. So, serve yourself right for going on holidays. All right. So that is it in a nutshell. Sorry about the wobbling around and everything. You can pretty much see it there. Okay. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Very nice. All right, so that is this part. So we will then move on to the next one, which 29. Oh gosh. So the next one, I'll show you the steps at each one as we go. I've been trying to scroll you up so I could see more. No, it won't work that way. Yeah, so yeah, it looks good, doesn't it, Yvonne? And next time what I'll do is I'll get my other holder so you can actually see the whole thing get bigger and bigger. Yeah, so and I'll take a photo of it so you can see it all together so far. And yeah, so there you go. So not quite pointless, but doing okay. My points are looking all right, and so will yours, because you're going to do it the same sort of way, aren't you? Yes. All right, so thank you again. I will see you tonight at around about 7 o'clock, and we'll go live for a fantastic live sale. I've got those threads for you, some other bits and pieces, and I'll see you then. Bye, ladies.